All right, here we are, another week around the trash fire. Your host Mathias, along with the boy.
John.
How'd you enjoy your vacation of not talking about Warhammer?
I was still talking to Warhammer with other people, so that has not stopped at all.
I guess
The
so.
train is going. How about you?
I was very busy with work, so I didn't do anything.
Mm,
I just sat back, relaxed, detox from Warhammer, and just left me craving more. Once a plastic crack addict, always a plastic crack addict.
that's true. And you
But
just find different ways of feeding that addiction.
true. But in reality, there wasn't really too much news going on. At least going by from what I've seen.
Right.
Let's jump into it, shall we? Starting with the confirmation finally on Magic the Gathering Warhammer,
Yes.
the Commander decks. I'm not too familiar with Magic, I will say that much. I know Commander is a different game system compared to, I want to say it's called Modern Magic, which is just like the current set. This is like you can only have one card uh each, and it's like 100 cards in this deck, and then each deck has a special commander on it. So like for the only one that they did show off, Chaos will get Abaddon, uh and it's gonna be a blue black red deck. I know black is for killing, red is for burn damage, and I don't really know what blue is. Magic. But I'm not gonna go delve into many of this. Anyway, we got Necrons. They're gonna be their own deck. Forces of the Imperium, or is that what they're called? I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, Forces of the Imperium.
Forces of the Imperium, yes. Gonna be their own deck, and Tyranids are gonna be their own deck. I am surprised that Eldar were not included in this.
That's true. That is true.
I figured they would be in there, but everyone has such Eldar animosity. Makes sense. And then I mean, going from what I've looked up online, these are gonna be like $50 to buy. I don't know what the collector's edition is gonna run up to, but I probably assume like another $20, so $70.
I might pick it up just because it's a Warhammer. We'll see.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm thinking about picking up the Necron one,
Probably pick up the Chaos one.
but yeah, going from what I saw, the reveal was a very because I did watch a little bit of the Magic reveal, and by a little bit I mean just the Warhammer part. It was very underwhelming. They showed us who the Chaos leader was going to be, which was Abaddon, and then other than that, they're just like, "All right, guys, and here's what the other command boxes are going to be: Necrons, Imperium, and Tyranids. That's it. Buy the collector's edition." So I hope it's cool. I assume it's going to be all brand new art, which
Yeah,
is
it seems like
what I
it,
really want.
which is exciting. Yeah.
But other than that, it's gonna run, like I said, probably $50. Going by
Right.
the Amazon price, I'm sure you could probably
Got
get
it.
it cheaper at your local store. But going from what I saw on Amazon, it's gonna be about $50. So that is that. I don't know. It's been like what, a year since they announced the Magic cards.
Yeah, it's been a while where it was a kind of a big deal, and I think it still is a big deal. It's just more exposure for Warhammer, which is always good. I mean, Warhammer is already more and more becoming a household name in the geek nerd world, so
Yeah.
more exposure never hurts.
Uh, I don't know. I don't know if Warhammer can get much bigger. I mean, you got Henry Cavill, superstar, spreading it to all his Hollywood friends, so it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, there is Henry Cavill. That is true.
But moving on, we're gonna jump into some squat lore that dropped. So do you read this article about the squats? Are these
Yeah, I glanced at it a bit. It seems like they're clones.
yeah, they're genetically modified clones.
Yeah, that is
So, which
interesting.
is probably why they're not like the Necromunda squats.
Yeah. An interesting bit of lore considering the Imperium frowns upon cloning.
Well, I mean, how would you bring back this race? Just out of curiosity.
I mean,
Considering they got eaten by the Tyranids.
just retcon that part that they were never eaten.
Just wreck on it.
Yeah.
The Shadow of the Void was, or Shadow of the Warp was blocking
Or or
communications.
or like a lot of them were eaten, but not all of them, and then go from there.
Yeah,
I mean, the way they're bringing it back makes sense, to be honest.
but they got to replenish their numbers, and I mean, can't do any worse than Depth's Course Krieg, right?
Right.
They're genetically engineering their humans to pump them up and on the battlefield.
That is true.
But yeah, I thought it was. I thought that's pretty interesting. Definitely explains a lot. Excited to see what more comes from them, and we do.
Yeah, curious what the models are going to be like. More models. Always want to see more models of these guys.
Hey, I remember at one LVO I went to, I did a doubles tournament. Some guy modified all his army to look like squats. So
There we go.
there's someone out there who really wants a squat army, and I'm sure more people will want a squat army when the rules start coming out. And speaking of more lore stuff we also got a look at some of their weapons. So, not your normal guns here. You got the Volkite Disintegrator, the Auto Tech Pattern Bolter, which I assume is just going to be their own different kind of bolter. Probably going to be the same stuff, though. An Ion Blaster. Sounds kind of Taoish.
Well, apparently they gave Tau ion tech, so that's kind of cool. A bit of old lore there. How the Tau got their ion tech from squats.
There you go. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And they're going to get their own bolt shotgun, which I don't think Space Marines have, right?
No, there's no bolt shotgun, so that's pretty cool.
Let's hope the shotgun's good, because I mean shotguns usually aren't really that good. I mean they're good
Yeah.
for like a defensive measure, as I've seen with a couple of Necron lists, but other than that, like, yeah, no one really takes a shotgun. So
Yeah, short range isn't as good.
it'll be interesting to see what happens. But we got that. We got the gravitation blast cannon and the SP conversion beamer, as well as their own plasma gun and pistol. It's all short and stocky, just like the squats.
Yeah.
It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird having the new faction. Another army to learn and figure out how to defeat.
Right. That is
But
true.
I mean, they seem to be giving us lore every week. What are we shooting for? Like a September, October schedule here?
Probably yeah, like a fall release. After Chaos Marines, I think.
Do you think they're gonna come before or after
I think they're gonna be after Chaos Space Marines because
Well, I mean,
usually
well, not
things.
Chaos Space Marines. I meant like IG and demons.
Oh yeah, they're gonna come before because usually when we see things, we usually things that we see come out before things we haven't seen yet.
Okay. Oh, sorry, IG. I guess you're gonna have to live with living behind the squats, unfortunately.
Yep.
But okay, interesting. But yeah, there we go. More squat lore, teasing us a little bit here. But that is it for that. We can move on to the good old Sunday preview, where we're getting the kill team that we talked about last time, which I know was a long time ago, 2 weeks ago. But here we are. The Renegade Guard versus the Phobos Marines. Did we get a price on this? Is this 200?
Probably the same, like 200 as before. Let's see if I can find the price really quick. I mean, if it was literally any other team than Phobos, I could see myself picking this up because the terrain is really cool and Trader Guard are really nice. But yeah, I just really don't care. So it's gonna be 210.
210.
Yeah, really just don't care about these Phobos Marines.
Yeah, they
Or
really don't sell anything, but I guess they were the easiest faction, even though they could have just gone with a faction who doesn't have a kill team yet. That's what I would have
Space
done.
Marines, Space Marines don't have a faction, a kill team.
Yeah, they do.
Or
They were like the start, weren't they? The
nope,
Necron one? No?
nope, they were not.
Oh, okay. I thought they were.
Nope.
I guess I must be misremembering.
Yeah, this is their kill team out entry, and it's very boring. It just looks like regular Phobos Marines.
That's Space Marines for you. But the
And yeah,
guard
I don't
are
know why
good.
could have made them unique, give them like a chainsword guy or a guy with a heavy weapon, but like they all have the same weapon. That's really lame. I just realized that they all have the same gun.
Well, unfortunately, Space Marines aren't known for their uniqueness, right?
I don't even know, like have like a heavy bolter or have a guy with an autocannon that's the or like a plasma gun or something. This is the only kill team right now where every model has the same ranged weapon,
You mean
and
that's
it's
been a kill
ridiculous.
team, right?
What's up?
You mean that has a kill team, right?
Any faction. This is the only one where every single model has access to the same weapon.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. It's it's a shame.
Yeah, I don't see this doing well, to be honest. I mean, the Trader Guard are really pushing this, but yeah, the Space Marines are no one really wants that.
No, everyone who plays Space Marines doesn't want this.
You're right. I play Space Marines. I really don't want it.
It wasn't a sell for me either, just given the fact that I didn't really care too much for it.
Right.
But if I recall, or am I thinking wrong? I'm thinking of another. I'm thinking of the other thing. I was gonna say they're gonna sell it separately, but that was something else from last 2 weeks ago. He was like a Warcry? No. What am I thinking? Oh, I'm thinking of the. No, was it not the Knights? I don't remember. Anyways, if they would have sold the army separately, I'm pretty sure the guard would just have been sold out immediately.
Yep. 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 Yep.
But enough about that. We got that. We got the kill team dice coming. Blah blah blah. Finally, the Chaos Knights finally getting their book. It's about time.
Yes. Yeah. Thankfully, not too long. Just 2 weeks, 2-ish weeks before the box came out. So, well, probably one more week because you got to pre-order it.
Yeah,
Actually, so it's actually never mind. It's actually a month.
yeah,
So
it's
you'll
still
get the
gonna be a
book a
month.
month after the other one drops. Yep. Not too bad.
Oh, I mean, it's pretty much the standard of what GW's been pushing out this past few years. So
Not necessarily, because before it was longer. So, like the Black Templar one was a while if we can get it separately. Same for
Well, it's usually
the
you
Orc
get
one.
the special edition box, and then
No,
it's
well, I'm
the
talking about the time period. So this one has been shorter. It still sucks. I still don't like how they do it. I really think it should just come out with a box.
right.
But at least the time is the waiting time is shorter.
Okay, I can agree with that a little bit. But here you go, Chaos Knights. You're finally gonna get your book, and you don't have to spend $200, I think, to get it.
Yep.
There you go, and you can finally get the knight. It's gonna be 3 variants, so it's gonna be what, $120?
This is 170, which is
170.
actually $5 more than the current Chaos Knight. Or sorry, $10 more. So for $10 more, you're getting all the weapon options. And it seems that the old knight is not being sold anymore, so it's just gonna be one kit. So you're paying $10 more, but you do get all the bits, and you do get all the weapon options that you can magnetize, which is super cool. So thankfully, not a huge price increase.
Yeah, for $5 more.
$10 more.
Sorry, $10 more.
Yeah.
All right, so we got that coming. We got the Chaos Harbingers.
Yep. Same price as the other armigers. Super good.
Super good, good. The data cards, get them if you want them. I don't think you'll need them, but whatever
Mm-hmm.
helps you out.
Yep. Yep.
Uh, Tyranids crash land in Australia, so I guess Australia is finally getting Tyranids.
Yeah.
I
Probably
didn't
ship.
didn't even know Tyranids weren't being sold in Australia.
Yeah, shipment issues, but now it is good.
All right, good. Let's see what else we got here. Necromunda, Thanatos pattern extended hub module.
So this is new. This is not an Ash Waste. So stealth release here,
Hmm. Okay.
which is kind of neat.
Well, if you had told me this was Ash Waste, I would have still believed that this was Ash Waste.
Yeah, I actually thought it was, but yeah, my buddy pointed out that this is actually not an Ash Waste.
Hmm.
So yeah, I thought it was. I thought they were just releasing everything separately, but
Mm-hmm.
no, there's a new one.
Well, there you go. More terrain for Necromunda. Also the Hab module. You know, well, I mean, obviously these are very easy to convert for some orc terrain if you really want
Yep,
to.
yep, yep, yep.
And then more walkways, which you always need for Necromunda. You never just be an open area. Warhammer events. We've got Gen Con coming up in August, which is, from what I'm told, the mecca for board games. So
Yes.
I have never gone, but usually due to work related stuff. But I want to go eventually, one day.
A lot of other companies also. This is their Warhammer Day or LVO. Excuse me, Warhammer Day. I could expect the Star Wars games and other games to get announcements during Gen Con.
Oh, I mean, it's the biggest board game event, so I would expect everyone to be doing something.
Right.
That is in 2 months. Well, I mean, a month, really. No, 2 months. I was right the first time. Moving on from that, UK Games Expo. This one's like next week,
Yes.
and then some San Diego, California, also in like 2 weeks. And then for Warhammer Plus, looks like we're getting a battle report and a cool scorch effect for guns, which doesn't look too bad. Anyways, that's that. So look forward to that. It doesn't look like there's anything happening. No secret reveals either on their Twitch
Nope.
streams here. So have you been following all that Horus Heresy stuff they've been posting on their website
Oh
like every
yeah.
day?
Well, not no, because I have like the 700-page leaked rules document, so I just read that instead. um, but a lot of it is accurate to the leak rules, so they've been following. Mostly, it drives discussion. So Imperial Fist players are happy, Blood Angels players are sad, World Leaders players are happy. Um,
You want to elaborate just a little bit, like a sentence?
so like fists were buffed, because now they get +1 hit with auto and bolt weapons, like auto cannons, Reaper auto cannons, assault cannons, stuff like that. Blood Angels players are sad because their +1 to wound only applies on the charge now, where it used to be just permanent before in melee.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, but overall, it's neat looking at the other rules, or confirming which the leak rules being correct.
All
So
right.
that's been fun. And
Why?
actually, something I really like about the articles is each article has the box set painted in that Legion's colors.
Mm-hmm.
So the 40 tax, the Spartan, etc., painted in that Legion. I think that's super cool. Very inspirational.
Well, they gotta get you hyped for June. Well,
Exactly, and I am super hyped.
well, to get more hyped, some Heresy Thursday that we missed last week because podcast. Plastic Sicaran.
Yes, the plastic Sicaran.
How much does a normal Sicaran go for? Forge World, I assume. Like
Like,
what?
oh my gosh, let's see Sicaran tank.
Like $200? 250? I mean, it's Forge World, so
Yeah.
those prices aren't out of one.
154.
154.
Yeah,
Okay. And what are we looking at here?
this is
Probably. Go
like
ahead.
65, 70. 80 is the most, I would say. I would say 80
Whew,
is the
look at
most.
that cheap price,
Yeah, compared to the Forge World one.
and it's not crappy plastic. This is this is something everyone wants. This
Yep.
is what I want, and I don't even play the game.
Yeah, 1,000 Suns. Interestingly, it only comes with the autocannon turrets, because there's also the double plasma turret, the missile turret, and the Gatling gun turret. So it only comes with the autocannon one, which is it's fine if they sell the other one separately. I can imagine Forge World just selling the turrets, which is fine.
Hmm. Well, I mean, I'm sure there'll be an option in there.
Yeah, eventually. I'm sure they could release they're gonna release those separately, because this one is confirmed to just have the autocannons.
Oh, okay.
But it's super cool. Plastic Sicaran. We've been asking for this for a very long time now, so to actually know it's coming is great, because the Sicaran model is actually one of the not in my opinion, one of the worst Forge World tanks, just because there's so many casting gate issues and all that. But this being in plastic is super hype.
There you go. I hope more and more plastic comes, so
Yeah,
you
I
guys
think.
don't have to do the crappy resin anymore.
Yeah, I hope they just release plastics of all the or the generic stuff.
That's what I hope too. So, speaking of other plastic stuff, can uh get some heads and pauldrons for your legion.
Yes.
It's this little kit here. I know someone in the group, I can't remember who, was asking for some legionary heads. Don't know
So
if this was the
interestingly,
right one, but
so interestingly, these are resin.
oh, wow, that
They're
just
Now they will be sold by Games Workshops and not Forge World, but they are resin, not plastic.
it
Which I
kind of
can kind of
ruins
get.
ruins the mood a little bit.
Yeah, I kind of get why, because if you're making upgrade sets for all 18 legions, you're looking at 36. Well, because they're separating heads and shoulder pads. So yeah, that's like 36 separate kits or sprues. So resin is definitely more cost efficient than plastic to produce that many kits, right?
Right.
And this is optional. Like I know a lot of Fist players who don't want this just because it's too Templar like, and they're great if you want to get some Templar brethren, but if you're just using regular Mark 6, they don't really fit, which I kind of agreed with, having the laurels and all of that. The shoulder pads I wish were plastic, because shoulder pads are something everyone uses.
Right.
But yeah, I understand why they chose to do resin. That's because it's easier to the startup cost for resin is way cheaper.
So they told us. But the
Well,
prices
yeah.
always
Well,
seem to increase, but that's okay.
right. Yeah, but then that's true because a lot of companies do make plastic stuff, and plastic injection molding has been cheaper as the technology gets better and it's more available.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I agree. I would, again, I would take it over metal models, so.
Yep.
But it's cool to see. The options for customability to make sure that it's your Legion, it's good. Except this is, like you said, I guess 2 Black Templari is what you're hearing?
Or two Templari, yeah, which I agree with. The laurels and the nightleaf heads scream Black Templar or just veteran. Like I could see this being used as the sergeant, but as line infantry, I think these are too fancy. Or the aesthetic. I think it's really the laurels. The green laurels are not really something you see in line infantry.
That's the Rogel Dorn for you. And I guess Gilliman, but whatever. It's cool enough that these options are here. But moving on from 30K onto another specialist game we got New Model Monday of last week, which was uh a squat mecha. I think it would be the best way to say it.
Yeah.
A squad dreadnought. Not really, I guess, but
Squat Centurion, I think.
there you go. That's the right one.
So yeah, you were on the mecha part.
Uh I get some like Big Daddy vibes here. All it needs is just the drill.
Right.
It would complete it. Uh I don't know. I wasn't really sold on the squats being in Necromunda. I mean, I know there were like mercenary squats, but
Mm-hmm.
the more I'm seeing the line, I'm kind of warming up to the aesthetic of the squats now, being in Necromunda, and I kind of like this model. I don't know why. I can't like pinpoint the reason, but I really like this model for some reason.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. I'm still not gonna do squats in Necromunda. I mean, I'm never gonna own a squat model because I just hate space dwarves. But this is kind of cool, and yeah, this is a cool kind of not large, medium sized model that they have because every faction has one. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this is cool. I like it. I like it quite a bit.
Yep, it's got the nice splash art there. Looking forward to it, especially to play some Necromunda eventually,
Yeah,
one day.
one day eventually.
And moving on to the last specialist game, New Model Monday. Today, we got a new Warcry model. Uh, what was this thing called? The Rogue Craves. Gnarlwood.
Yeah, Rotmire Creed,
Retmire
Rogue
Creed,
Cards.
Carrion Catcher. So we're
Yeah,
getting a new faction, and
yeah, new Orban for Warcry. I mean, it's cool. It's not very. I don't know. Like, I'm not wowed by it.
I
It's
think
cute.
I think
I'm
they
glad it
watched.
exists once again.
I think they watched Mad Max Fury Road here, because I see this guy on some stilts here.
He does have some stilts.
I just remember that one scene from Fury Road where it's like nighttime and you got those guys on like giant stilts.
Yeah.
But yeah, a new faction on its way, which I'm happy. I
Yep.
like the Warcry factions.
Yep.
Some of them
Same.
are a little generic, but overall I like them. So happy to see a new addition to the game. Other than that, that is it for those kind of news topics. You got any other GW thing you want to bring up model wise, or any other game?
What's it called? Nah, I'm just waiting for 30K working. And the articles every day are cool. So we're just talking with my group about plans and army builds and all that. I just like how lots of the weapons are getting new rules, new stats, which makes them more interesting. Like autocannons are getting rending, which I think makes them way more fun to play with. Same with lightning claws. So yeah, I'm just excited about the game and working on my Blood Angels.
As you should be. You should always be excited for your game.
Yes. Being mad helps no one. Being critical is okay.
Yeah, I know there was a big story that happened like 2 weeks ago that people were freaking out about. I don't know if you heard about it. It was like GW throwing out like a bunch of stock. You hear about that?
Oh, I did not.
Yeah, apparently some guy like flew a drone into the behind Warhammer World or something like that. I don't remember if it was Warhammer World. It was, a GW office, like a
Mm-hmm.
big branch. And they just had like a bunch of boxes, open boxes, and or some brand new boxes of like Warcry 2-player box X, AOS box set, and they were just out there in the elements being thrown away. And there was a big uprise on that. I didn't follow up on the
Interesting.
story, but I was wondering if you had heard anything about that as well.
I have not. I mean, it's possible it could just be old stuff or empty
No,
boxes.
it was pretty new.
Oh,
Um,
interesting.
well, okay. If it was just boxes, I mean, I can't confirm because obviously it was just drone footage.
Yeah, it's probably just boxes. I mean, if the guy saw sprue, then okay. But I really think it probably just boxes. They're just reboxing stuff. Like those Warcry boxes, they probably take the sprues out and then just toss the boxes, repackage them.
I only hope so because that'd be sad to see.
Yeah. And I have heard that Games Workshop does recycle their plastic. So if they have a lot of unused things, if they don't sell out, they just melt them down and make more stuff with them.
Hmm.
So
That's good to know. But that was like the big well, not big because obviously you didn't really hear about it. That was one of the news stories I heard before I had left for my job. But other than that, I haven't really heard anything new. I know Jukari might be back in the game with the recent DLC book that they're getting.
oh, interesting.
Well, I mean, what is it? Homunculus have always been very strong. Even at LVO, like the big thing to do was like run 100 racks. I don't know how you can find the patience to do 100 racks, but that's what people were running.
Hey, some people like that spam life, so
They do. I would encourage them to play orcs, but uh, they might be coming back into the fray. Hard to say. Once the book comes out, people will start breaking the game. Other than that, hobby wise, I've unfortunately been out of town, so I haven't done anything remotely. Today was like the first day I went in and researched my topics of what we're going to talk about, and that's all I've done. I've been out of town this entire week. What about you?
Some hobby. Just been so I started playing. So I'm gonna start playing Conquest with Will because we were looking for a new kind of escalation project between the two of us, and it's a cool rank and flank game with plastic models, thankfully. So we're gonna try that out. So I've been painting
Which one's
some of the.
Conquest?
It's this new plastic. I want to emphasize because it's like sprue plastic, and the models are great. It's a rank and flank game. It's called Conquest: Last Argument of Kings.
Is it? I think one of my gaming group has been playing it. It's like uh Fantasy Light, right?
Yes, yes, with the square
Okay.
bases. Well, it has regiments with circle bases, so the bases have holes in them where you put the circle base models in, which I think is cool design.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's how my group was describing it. They're like it's Fantasy Light.
yeah. It's not. It's way more. The design is very modern, so it's alternate activations. Units, all the units come in from reserve. There's the keyword system is very robust. It's not very archaic, which is great. There's not like a million tables and stuff.
Hmm.
So I think it's super fun. It's a good break from Warhammer, especially when I'm gonna be doing Horus Heresy. So it's nice having a project that is is just different. The models are just way different from Space Marines. And I'm still playing War Machine, but those models just War Machine models are just kind of so bad that it's kind of hard to have fun hobbying with them compared to plastic models.
Hmm.
So there's that. Played some 30k over the weekend. Played with my buddy who plays Custodes, and Custodes aren't getting rules with the launch until like October, so probably the last time I'll be playing Custodes until then. And yeah, just been working on my Blood Angels, knocking, trying to get that done. So I have just more selection when the new edition starts. You get the new box set,
30K hype.
30k hype.
I don't know, man. I don't know what GW did, but 30K sounds so much more appealing, like price wise, than 40K.
Yeah, I mean, I think the fact that because actually someone was asking, like, is the Warhammer Fantasy is the old world starter set going to be like 30k? I don't think so because if you look at the 30k starter set, it's $300 for a crap ton of models, but it's everyone's gonna get that, right. Like, there's kind of only one faction in 30k. I mean, yeah, there's Mechanicum and Custodes, and I play those, but it's really just about the Space Marines, and I think that fact really helps GW justify a cheap price for this big starter set. Because let's look at what was the Indominus, or even Dark Imperium, Indominus and Dark Imperium. So, which was the starter sets for this edition and the past edition. I mean, they're great deals, but at the end of the day, if you don't play Space Marines, if you don't play Necrons, if you don't play Death Guard, and there's a lot of people who don't fall into those categories, you're not gonna get those boxes. But so I understand why they're more hesitant to just cramming even yet more stuff for a cheaper price because your your loss leader may not be as profitable.
Hmm.
But for 30k for this box set, like, everyone's gonna get this, whether you played Blood Angels, Sons of Horus, Thousand Sons, Dark Angels, Freudian Slip. Those are all the legions I want to play, or I'm playing. Like, you're gonna get those. You're gonna get that box because you need it. Like, everyone can use TAC Marines. The only people who aren't gonna get this box are the 20 diehard Mechanicum Custodes demon players, and the people who already have a lot of stuff and don't want anything new. But even then, there's new models, Plastic Spartan. There's the new Mark 6 and new HQs. And again, like, if 90%, 95% of 30k players have a Space Marine Legion, or are interested in playing Space Marines. So yeah, like, GW's probably like, let's cram everything we can into this box set, charge a cheaper price than we normally would for a box set of this size, and yeah, we're just gonna sell hotcakes. I think
They're definitely gonna
for
sell
comparison,
hotcakes.
oh yeah, and I mean, I don't think it's. I actually don't think this box is gonna sell out, just because at the end of the day, 30k is a niche game. You know, if you're an orc player, if you're a Tyranid player, you're probably not interested in playing 30k, and you know, not everyone who plays 40k likes Space Marines, right?
I don't know,
But
man. I don't play 30k, and I'm interested in getting this box set.
but you play Space Marines,
Even so,
you know.
I
And
think it's a,
I
just a
did some
great box
research.
set.
I did some polls on a lot of groups, and a lot, it was about 50 at best for people who want to play 30k and one who don't want to play 30k, because I mean it's a great box, right? And I think it's gonna do a lot to really expose 30k to new players and bring them in, like yourself. I mean, you have all these Marines, right? That you're
Right.
gonna get, or possibly get. So it's I think it's gonna do a good job at that, but I really don't think it's gonna tackle the giant of 40k. And at the end of the day, 30k is also a, you know, it's the graybeard historical game, right? You can't be creative or as creative with your 30k armies than in 40k. I mean, I'm not saying there's no creativity in 30k, but at the end of the day, you know, if you play Blood Angels, they can't be blue.
Mm-hmm.
Like Sanguinius cannot be a demon prince straight up. That that's just not how it works, right? So it's I guess what I'm saying is, like, yeah, the box set is amazing and it's gonna bring a lot of people in, but 40k is still gonna be king, which is okay. I'm fine with that, and it's exciting. June is gonna be super fun.
Looking forward to it.
Whenever I get the box set, because you know I'm gonna order from GW, probably gonna get it 2 weeks later, but that's okay.
And man, at least you get the box, right? That's all that matters. It's not gonna be a FOMO thing.
Yeah,
At least not for like another year or half a year. I would assume they would stop selling in like half a year.
yeah. I the rumors are they're gonna have starter sets for 30k, but yeah, I could see them retiring that one when it sells out, or just not making more of them. But I don't think it's gonna sell out. I think it's gonna be in stores for a long time,
I hope so.
as they, yeah, as they sell their stock. So
All right then. Well, you got anything else you want to add before we close out here?
no, that's kind of it.
All right. Uh, I'd like to thank everyone who made it to the end of this podcast. Again, if you could like, comment, help us out, get us out there, that'd be great. And we'll see you next time.
Good, everyone.